Oh, look at there. Look at there.
99 super chat at $23.30. Amazing collab.
Thank you, OBS 99. Thank y'all so much. Yes, let me go on and announce this. Me and Roxy have made an agreement. You know, she's going to come over here and expose that hog. And I got a few things to expose that fucking Razorback bitch. And she's getting cashed out at the end of the night. She's getting cashed out. We're splitting it half and half today. And she's going to get cashed out. So I ain't going to try to rob her of money like somebody we know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luna guys, Ray. Yeah. Thank you, Luna Ray.
Honestly, we appreciate every single one of you. And every time we make carrots being split half and half because, you know, bitches is starving today. We starving nowadays.
1ER celebrates 8 months of membership. Yeah. Sav.
There's my Wani.
Roxy and my pirates. I miss you all.
Let's go.
Thank you, Wani. We appreciate you. Thank you. Nerdy Dude been a member for 3 months.
Nerdy Dude celebrates.
So let's be real. No, I'm joking. Here we are for the crossover people have been wanting for, or at least not the crossover, but the reuniting of really Roxy and Savage, not under Keem, not under Becky, but just under their own terms. And I think Ken said it best. Their chemistry, boom, instant. Like they have never left. And truthfully, yeah, I enjoyed it. You can tell that like Roxy was just being Roxy, right? There was no script, there was no pushing of certain directions. Even so, here we had them covering the BBU, or what left of it. Really, just Becky being felted pretty hard, in my honest opinion, and rightfully so, given that Becky owes them quite a bit of money. I believe Becky owns, like Savage like a grand or two. And I know Roxy is only a couple, like 3 or 4. So, you know, yeah.
Let me go on. If we go over 6 o'clock, it's fine. If the view, look, it's going to be fine. If the views drop, because I know Keem's going live and all that stuff, it will be fine if we go over 6. But, you know, we really want to get through this shit because y'all have tore our nerves up and it's already 4:30. It's already 4:30.
Like, I'm shaking. I can't even believe this is this is happening. Holy fuck.
But just to let you know,
we definitely got to talk. Hey,
Keem, if you come over here and give me a 50, I'll redirect to your ass.
Yes. Let's go, Keem.
He has taught me too much. You know that, right? He's taught me way too much how to play this shit.
Yeah. Again, Becky, Keem is the one that brought me on YouTube, not you, Becky.
No. Keem did bring you out. And Michael actually brought me to the surface. If you think about it, I was like underground, and Michael brought me to the surface, and Keem just created you. And it was just weird how our worlds collided, and it just meshes. You know what I'm saying?
We got to find that song that we had for Milkers.
We do.
Crashing. Oh my God, I love that song. But guys, I
50 year old stripper because nobody would tip her. I'm feeling a buzz now.
To give. Me too. We on the floor. We came to live.
Joe gonna get it.
Joe, you about to get it, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
He's gonna be like, he's probably listening right now. He's probably like, oh Lord. This is what happens when I leave her alone. She's gone to the store and got her surges. Yep, sure have, baby. Love you, mean it. I'll still be cooking you supper. Don't worry. Might be a late date, but it's gonna be cooked. Don't worry, bitch.
I will do an outro dance. I promise y'all. I'll even do a mid dance to the little break.
I got my booty shorts on. I can't get up.
But you said I'll stand. We gonna do it.
Look, and I got a bad ankle. Let me go in and tell you, I got a bad ankle, Roxy.
What'd you do?
Look.
What the fuck did you? What'd you do?
I hurt my ankle, man.
420.
Now, I think there's a lot of value to be said that Keem made Roxy, and Michael did bring Savage to the surface. That is 100% true. And I would even say that each of the hosts would not be recognizable without the LCU to some level, right? To some levels, to some capacity, right? Maybe bar from like Wings and Boogie, who already been known for more than a decade at this point, which is crazy to say that out loud. But yeah, for Becky to say that she made Roxy is kind of ridiculous. If anything, it's it really was more from Savage who made Roxy. Like, if we're going off of host to host, then it's really Savage, not Becky. It's a little crazy to assume otherwise. It's crazy to assume that another host. I don't know. To me, it's just nuts, and I think it just shows how prideful she is, how much arrogant she is to herself. You know, and how much she has this high view of herself. When in reality, like, you're not that person, Becky. I mean, like, look, your current numbers are low and you barely make donations, so there's something to be said about that. I mean, I didn't even know who Savage was until really Mike, right? Or really until the LCU auditioned. I didn't know who they were. And that was mostly because of Tina and Mike than anything else. Not really, Becky. And to some extent, and when it's coming to Roxy, is like, well, really, what made Roxy more Roxy was Keem, but again, it was really Savage. So, yeah.
For sure.
Well, she's a fan of Chubby, of Local Chubby, and I seen her in the chat one morning. She was in there, and I go, Savage, if you wanted to pop on this show as a guest, you could. And Angie and AMAC Talking Smack set it up, and now it's happening. So I like it. I'm sure they're gonna be talking, all about the Becky scenario.
And you know what?
Becky,
that's the only reason I went. I decided to go up there and help Angie and AMAC out, because he said I had permission to, because I've been somewhere nobody knew about for about 2 weeks now, just to lurk and watch, because that's how I am. Y'all just don't understand the pirate life. Y'all just don't know. We get in places, we get in crevices just to watch, catch somebody fucking up. You know, and when he said that, I was welcome to come on there, and then AMAC came to me in private and asked me, would you like to come up as a guest and we can interview you about the Becky situation? I'm like, oh, hell yeah. That bitch owes me $2,000. That bitch owes me $2,000. So hell yeah, I will. So, that's really why I made my decision. I'm not coming back over there to work. They know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. I'm not even getting paid for the interview. I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart, just to make a motherfucker mad.
He even said it how many times? Becky, Roxy is not employed with me. I am not paying her. And she still refused. Nope, you're lying. Like, it's insane. It's insane.
All right, here we go.
Allegedly is saying publicly that she's not gonna pay Savage the like $2,000, $4,000 she owes. I don't know how much it is, but I know it's thousands.
Tells me too.
It's not thousands. It's barely over 1,000 to be precise. She did not make very much money.
No.
Okay, I think this is a good point to show our breakdown, Roxy. What do you think? Since she said that, okay, let's show it. Let's show it. Becky, you really don't know who you fucking with, for real. You really don't know who you fucking with. You don't know who you fucking with over here, for real. Now, I did this earlier, and I'm going to show y'all the breakdown. Now, this is every show that I was on, right? Now, keep up, ladies and gentlemen. Keep up. Now, some of these streams were me and Roxy, we had to split it 3 ways, right?
Yep.
Now, when she fired Roxy for some stupid reason, that me and old Becky ass only did 2 streams together, so that's a half, right? So I broke it on down, right? Here you go. Y'all see this? This is what she owes me just in super chats. We are not counting the AdSense. Thank you, Danny, for the 5. She gonna learn about laws. Yes, she is, because she don't know who she fucking with. Okay, let's break this on down for y'all. Roxy and I, The Late Show, we did 5 shows. We made $1,530. Divided by 3 equals $510 each. I showed this to Roxy before we went on the show, and she was just like, oh my God.
Yep.
And then you have the 3 of us started doing shows as a threesome. 4 shows made $2,194. Divide that by 3 equals $732 each.
Each a piece, yes.
Yes. Roxy was fired. Becky and I did 2 shows, and they made together was $777. And she told me it was split between me and her 50-50. Divided by 2 equals $389. total for super chats, not including AdSense and memberships, was $1,621 each. That's what we should have. That's what I should be getting. That's what I should be getting. Plus you, Roxy, on top of your other shit.
Right. And also right here, you know how she said that the or the IRL stuff wasn't doing good? On Tuesday, July 8th, she said, by the way, we hit our goal, 489 plus however many memberships. I can't recall. I think the real money is with you and Savage, though. I just tried to make sure that we hit the $500 on Queens, but we're pretty much coasting there, aside from IRL streams that boost the money with the TTS. The IRL streams bring in the most money. But I was doing no good. I didn't give any money. I didn't do anything. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Yeah. And she got so mad because I would tell her, Becky, it's not always about the money. You got mad at me when I was responding in the chat. You don't respond to people unless they're paying. Like, she did things I just couldn't get down with. I couldn't. It's just crazy.
Yeah. But this is what, this is all the money that me and Roxy made her.
To me, it's crazy to see that. It's just very crazy to see that Becky can't do the bare minimum or acknowledge her mistake. I mean, hell, if somebody really wanted to, they could take her to court, not simply for, not even for just wages, right? But just for just her general attitude. They really want, not really. I mean, not really, but you know what I'm trying to imply. On top of that, yeah, it was Savage and Roxy that made the most amount of money, right? The only reason I think that she made money on her two of the streams, and I think people know what I'm talking about. The first time she left and the second time she left was because, well, people wanted to see what happened. But after that, you know, after the initial streams like those usually don't last that long. The wealth doesn't last that long, and we see it all the time. So in this situation, like, I think what Becky is trying to do is keep all the wealth without having to give anything back, because he knows, like, she gives them the money, so she's out of money for months on end. Like, if it is something like $10,000 altogether, that can last most people for months without pause or break. And so in the case of, if Becky doesn't acknowledge that or realize that, well, she's screwed. She's 100% just screwed. Because, like, people do take their money serious. People do take that aggressively, right? And we all know, I think even I said that, like, Roxy and Savage is what brought the money in. It's why people came to watch. People didn't come to really watch, you know, Becky sit on her ass all day. People came to watch Roxy and Savage because they were the entertaining part of it. And plus, on top of that, well, they were the one who were doing stuff. Especially Roxy. Roxy would be the one doing things. Roxy would be the one going out and doing IRL content, Wells, I think I said that word wrong, was Becky did not do that. So if anything, I think, like, Roxy deserves a little bit of more money than what she's going to get given, with, you know, I doubt at this point.
Yep, right here, look at this shit.
Look at there. She said, oh shit. Hold on. There it is right there, her Twitter.
Can you see it?
She says,
can't see it.
Can you see it?
I can read it though from my phone though. Exactly what that says.
I'll make it a little bigger. There we go. There we go. People don't have to. The courts have to believe it, and courts know what fraud is. They misrepresented their relationship with a former employee and competitor and exchanged trade secrets and business strategy, causing significant damage that outweighs their pay. I could actually sue them and come out winning. And then here's a law right here. Withholding earned wages for alleged fraud or breach isn't generally legal under U.S. labor laws. Mm-hmm. Employers must pay for work performed and pursue damages separately via lawsuit. If true, Becky could sue but not withhold, doing so risk wage theft claims. She's likely in the wrong here. So what do you think about that, bitch? What do you think about that? You have to pay us, you whore.
Yeah, she was responding to the person that said, it's the way you handle it. Nobody buys that Roxy or Savage did anything fraudulent. Sounds like they just made they made the most money. Talking to someone is not grounds to get or not get paid. And you knew you were trying to recruit the LCU people. That's what she was responding to as far as that. So yeah, you have to sue us if you think we did all this other shit. You gotta have the burden of proof that we did it, and that's a whole separate fucking case. But you cannot withhold our wages.
No, you cannot. You have to pay us first and then sue us for damages. You idiot, Miss Harvard, Miss fucking Harvard. Yep. God, you're an idiot. You don't know anything about the court of law. But if you want to go there, we can go there. Because I'm not gonna stop. You're gonna pay me my money.
Once again, Grok. But yes. So what I can tell from here is that for Becky to as a countersuit, they got to prove damages, but only after you pay them. And the problem is how do you even disprove that, right? How do you even prove damages? Right, because the thing is, like, when we look at let's look at the whole, Destiny versus Grace. How do you prove damages? Heck, you can even say, and I said it before, that if anything, this drama probably has made her more money than anything else. So, how do you prove that through super chat? How do you prove that through viewership? How do you prove that through anything else? You really can't prove damages like that. It's very difficult, and you would probably need to hire a team of lawyers, a team of accountants, and so on and so on. It's one of those things where how can you prove that, right? Because then you would need to get YouTube involved, and at that point it would be too much of a headache. And we know that, let's be fair, even if they wanted to go down that path, I don't think they want to deal with a headache, but you'd be surprised. People would do anything for their money. And if anything, they may end up coming out more with this, right? But in the end, it just makes her look worse and worse when you're not paying the people you're supposed to be paying, who literally were the reason that you even had money. As this goes on and on, again, you can't really disprove the damages. How do you disprove? I mean, how do you prove the damages? Well, you could say, like, well, make less money, but you can also make the case, well, it's summertime, so people are not getting viewed, people are not getting super chat, people are spending more. It's a whole complicated of stuff that you can't really control. So in the end, it's like, even if they get their money to attempt to sue for damages, again, how do you prove that? It's like the whole Grace and Ben situation.
And he's been following my lol cow journey. Unbeknownst to me, he was actually interacting with some of you guys on my Twitter. And so I talked to him just a little bit to set this up, and he did agree to come on for a show potentially tomorrow, either tomorrow or Thursday. So if we hit the goal, I will bring on my ex. And he sounds a lot like the Joe Pesci guy.
Guess what? Her ex never showed up, ladies and gentlemen. Her ex never showed up. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that right there. She made $397 that night, not mentioning the members go. So I'm pretty sure she made $500 to have her ex on. Did he show up the next couple of days? Fuck no. She did not. She did not. Then
I think we were like $20 or $30 short for that, but still, we always said we'll always do something, even if it's a little bit short, because we have to count certain things.
My thing is, when you make a goal, and if you hit at least a high number, you at least, okay, why can't you carry it over to the next day? And if you make it then, you need to follow up with it. You're just scamming the fucking people. They're just dishing out, okay, my goal is $700 and I only made $500. Don't you think you owe the people something? They gave you $500 fucking dollars. You $200 short. That don't register in my mind. That's fucking stealing.
It is. It's sad.
I mean, seriously. How would you feel, Roxy?
There's times when if I'm even $200 or $300 short, I still try to do something. Like on my channel, I'll go out and have lunch or something. I'll go out and do something because it's the people who paid were so close.
Exactly.
They deserve something. They deserve something.
They deserve something. The people that do donate deserve something.
Yes. Their money still counts.
That's why these goals that she keeps making, she's freaking scamming y'all. Because if she's like even $40 short, she's not going to carry through with it. But she's already got your $460. Does that make sense to y'all?
She also that with me because we made a goal for her to I was like, you know what, Becky, you're IRL, you got to go IRL. You're gonna pick up a can. If we hit this goal, every can you pick up, you got to take it back in IRL and show us. You got to go returning it. We hit that fucking goal.
Something.
Yes, sure enough, we hit that goal, and then she did another thing. Every $10 she'll pick up a can.
That's my thing. They deserve something. If you raise almost all to the see, that's why I don't like these damn. I don't like setting high goals because if I don't make it, I still feel like I got to give them something because if I come up $40 or $100 short, what about the people that did donate? What do they get? What do they get? Does that make sense?
They're just shit out of luck. Yeah, they're just shit out of luck. That's it.
That's not fair, Becky. That's scamming. That's stealing.
Yeah.
In my eyes, just saying.
It is.
I think this is a good place to stop. I think this is a good place to stop because, yeah, she does scam, and people have known, and she's been called out. I'm pretty sure she was called out back in the LCU, right? People, I believe, Nurse called her out, Cafe called her out. I remember whenever the whole goal about the animal shelter thing. She never fulfilled that. She never completed that. Whether or not Tina did, whether you believe Tina or not, it's up to you, right? But in the case of Becky, because Becky came off as like, at least to those people, a lot of those idiots, let's be fair, or at least to Queen, they probably thought, oh, Becky would never lie. Becky would never do anything that bad. But in reality, I mean, when you think about it, yeah, Tina has a bad personality, but she is who she is. It's crazy now that we think about it. And I do remember that a lot of goals she just never completed, or when they actually did hit a goal or they hit something, guess what, they would just never, she'll fight about it. She just kept fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and all I done was she's never going to complete this goal. And when she did, it was like forcing her. Right? I mean, heck, yeah. Like, I remember the whole boyfriend thing. I remember all of this stuff. I'm like, It's why I don't do goals. It's I occasionally do, like, a random goal because I think it would be pretty funny. Right? Like, I do a $2 goals because I don't really, expect people to donate if they don't have to. I feel like if you're going to do a goal, complete it through and through, But in this situation, it's like, yeah, she scammed everybody. She scammed everybody out of their money. But that's, it is what it is at this point. There's not much you can really do. Till next time, God bless.